So how to get new ideas. I've been talking a lot about imagination ideas and all this kind of stuff. And this is the process. I'll review what I did yesterday a little bit. It's the process that I go through pretty much in every creative job that I get on my desk in my life. And what I'm going to do is walk us through creating ideas for a book. I'll play the video straight off for the people that were not, oops, my thing is not even turned on. For the people that were not here yesterday, I'll just play the 1 minute little video of this. Yeah. So there's an author, the name of Jörn Lange, a German chap. He's commissioned me to do a book cover design, and I'm going to use that as an ideation process for us to walk through how to get cover ideas, artwork ideas, and maybe even a new title. So it's open for the title being refined, or if there's something punchy or something that hits. I'll just let you listen to it. It's only 1 minute, and then I'll talk a bit more about it in the book. Is the guy on the left.
Yeah, my name is Jörn Lange. I'm German originally, but I've lived in Cyprus for, we're in our 14th year now.
Wow.
With my wife and 6 children. I work with Youth with a Mission, actually, and I lead a ministry called Kadosh Art, which means holy art or art orientated towards the Lord.
Yeah.
And we do 2 things, basically. We do outreach, that's one arm, and we do training, that's another. So for outreach, we're an island, so we go to the seafront and we draw prophetically for people. It's all spontaneous drawings. We tell them it's 5 minutes. And we have seen in the last 14 years that God speaks to people, that they can realize that he's real and that they can connect with him through art. And I find it a fascinating opportunity to basically share the gospel with them.
Yeah.
And that's the brief overview. That's the chap that's doing the book design for. And the title, the working title he's got is Creating from a Place of Rest. And as I mentioned last night, I've got a couple of his books there for you to see if you want to get a feel for how he writes, but he's quite dense. As in his writing, he's not quite dense. That's the after lunch brain, isn't it? Very harsh indeed. His writing's quite dense and he's very deep in the word, very deep into the root meanings of words and stuff like that, and you can learn a lot. I really like how he writes, but you've got to take it like a few pages at a time and really chew it. So that's what he's like, but his book is about creating from a place of rest. But as I put to him, that might actually make a really good subtitle, if there's a punchy 1 or 2 word title and that is like supporting it. So he's very open to that as well. He's really excited, being a prophetic guy. I said, I'm going to put it to you lot. He's very excited to see what comes out of it. Because he can either rely on me or us lot together. If you can help me, that'd be wonderful. What else we're going to do? So these are the stages that I seeded last night and that I'd like us to go through. We won't get to the end one, but the spy is what I set you task of doing last night, and we'll do some more here. So what a spy is gathers information. So the spies are sent out into the land to go and bring back fruit. So it's about gathering information broadly about what's currently available, what's in the land. The best place, get on Amazon and look at book covers, but not only book covers, CD covers, anything that can be source material. But go and see what's available. You look about creativity, look about rest. Those are the 2 themes. See what's out there, because it is going to be in a competition in a sense. It is competing against other books, and we're trying to make this book catch the attention of the right people, because the book cover is the face of a book. Do you know what I mean? It's the thing that's got to make it fit into a genre but stand out and attract the person that needs to read it. And most of us here, a lot of us here, will certainly be the kind of people that would want to buy and read this book. So a few of you have taken pictures already of Jörn's other books and stuff. So we know it's the book that you'd want to come up with some ideas that would attract you to want to buy it. So the second one is artist. So once we've got our information, we'll do it in stages. We'll just do one big spy session, collect some information, and then we'll go on to the artist thing. The artist thing creates connections. So we'll see what we've got as source material, and then we'll pull it together and connect things together and see if we can make connections that sound appealing. And then once we've done that, we'll do a short critic type analysis. And we're not critiquing anybody or anybody's creativity or not. We're just looking at the ideas. Because what I want to do is break us into groups and assign one person as a secretary, note taker kind of thing. And then we'll just be pouring that into there. So it's like a collaborative thing. And then we'll review some of the ideas that do come. And then I'd love to hear your opinions on what you think really resonates or what doesn't resonate. And then the maker is that when it gets passed on to me to actually make the thing. So that's, you don't worry about that. We're just doing the first 3 stages. But and the first stage we want to do is the divergent thinking. It's to create options, like we mentioned last night. And then, so when we're creating options, there's no judgment. Remember the child mind, where there is no judgment on that's a silly idea. You know, I want to ask you when we get going, you know, what do you think of when you think of rest? And if you think of toenail clippings, stick it down. I know. First thing to come in my head. But there's no judgment on it. I don't want judgment on it. Stick it down. It might end up becoming something, because often these weird connections lead to other things. Do you know the McLaren buggies? You know, for the kids. Do you know where they got the folding mechanism from? Aircraft landing gear. Yeah, same guy who invented the buggy folding down. He was an engineer that created the landing gear, and he used the same. And you wouldn't think you'd dismiss, you know, jet aircraft with you know, toddlers, little babies. And judging ideas at the first, I don't want that to happen. Do you know the story of the Beatles? And Decca Records didn't sign them because the guitar music was going out and they wouldn't make it big at all. That was a judgment before they let an idea even have a chance. Did you know Walt Disney was sacked from his first job for having no imagination? So I don't want you to feel worried about putting a strange idea down. It might make a connection which makes a connection which makes something that becomes something, okay? And if you think in terms of sourcing material, think of things that you associate. So when we think of rest, we'll get associations with it. Think of creativity, you'll get associations with it. So if I was to say, like I said last night, salt, does something come to mind instantly? Pepper, yeah, or vinegar. If I say up, what? Up, in my Yorkshire accent. Up. Or if you say up, you'll think down straight away. And these are the obvious simple ones, but we want to move way, way, way beyond these. But it should, you know, Adam, Eve, you get that. Or right. What do you get if I say right?
Left.
Ah, yeah, wrong and left. So you might have in the ideas you've got wrong and left, and they relate to right. So if you see wrong and left, and you've got, that's an interesting combination. What can you make from wrong and left? Because they both relate to the word right. It's that kind of thinking that we want to get to, which is the childlike thinking, which is making crazy connections that you wouldn't make as an adult. Oh, people are sitting there with their eyes closed. That's great. I'm so jealous. It's not a judgment. It's just jealousy. Right. So this is a quick overview of a book project that I did fairly recently. Last year it was. It was a book, Fire Lilies, it was called. It's the life story of a lady that she lives up Llandudno way on, and she's retired now, but she did a lot of reconciliation work in Rwanda and other countries around that region. And just, she, by her own admission, just a little Welsh lady. And the stories that she's got are tremendous, absolutely mind-blowing reconciliation she's done. And the fire lilies a fire lily grows out of the ground only when there's been devastation. So when there's been a fire and everything's just wiped out. And so her book, this was like very symbolic to her. We worked on how to get something symbolic, not just, Rhiannon's life story, because I would buy that book. So we worked on fire lilies. And these are 3 of the mocks that I created. And we went for an illustrative one rather than photographic. We wanted to go for an illustrative style. And these all got rejected. So I'm not bothered about the rejection. That doesn't really matter. But I'm showing you we use different colours. So we're thinking different colours, different placement of the same image. And we ended up with that, which was, she wanted more of the landscape, so the feel of the environment, not just the lily itself, but the greyness of the environment. So that's one project that, it went through, I don't know, about 15 different ideas, till we got to those 3 and then down to that one. And that's the one that's up on Amazon and selling. So it's a process. So I would quite like us to, well, I'll tell you what first I'll do. Will I? I've got some books out for us to look at, so you can come and pick them up, have a look. I just want to show you this one, because these are ones that I like. There's Jörn's books, my books, and a few that might just provoke you a bit. This one, I don't know if you can even see it from there. I really like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It speaks volumes, even though it's very quietly. The book's, it's quiet, and that's what I'm getting at. That's the impact of the title, and power of introverts in a world that can't stop talking. But it's so quiet. The book itself speaks and that's kind of what, ideally, if we can get to something that has that vibe, that straight away you know what is going to be inside. That's what we're getting at. So I'll pop that down there. So I'd like us to, if we can, just break up into groups of, I guess, 4 again, something like that. 4, 3, 5, however you feel comfortable. No, thank you everyone. There's some amazing ideas in there. I'm really, really, really pleased. And you come up with some stunning stuff. My wheels are turning now in a good way. And you've had thoughts, given me thoughts that I didn't have. So thank you so much. And have a little break, get some coffee and some cake.
15 minutes, coffee cake.
Well done, well done. Thank you.